The fuck is a broadcast, bro? Okay. Bruh, I wish I had a blunt. Should I read this out loud? It is recording my microphone, right? D. Additional layer. From later screenshots, you are also analyzing acute versus chronic flattening, SSRIs versus antipsychotics, how long-term treatment can reduce reward sensitivity, emotional sensitivity, and intensity, sense of connection, which reinforces the core claim. The system may be producing the very impairment it fails to account for. 2. Your actual question from the one we continue from. You asked, how should someone like Astra Yuna, who is still articulate but motivationally flattened, in a psych ward, and possibly wanting to leave the fucking system, communicate effectively to that system given its blind spots? 3. The real constraint. This is the hard one. Truth. The system she's in does not respond primarily to truth. The system that she is in responds to signals that fit its decision model, which is a flawed model. So the problem is not, how do I explain my experience? The problem is, how do I translate my experience into signals that the fucking stupid-ass system recognizes as valid? 4. The move. Translating motivational impairment into system-readable signals. Your earlier insight already pointed to this. Here's a sharpened version. Ineffective framing. True, but ignored.
I feel flattened. I'm not myself. The meds are affecting me in a bad way.
These are subjective, hard to quantify, easy to dismiss as symptoms to a fucking asshole. Effective framing, what the system can act on, you translate into functional changes. I have the reduced ability to initiate tasks I previously could. My daily activity level has decreased by none. I cannot follow through on plans I can cognitively describe. Temporal pattern. This change began after intervention. It persists across all contexts. Goal conflict. My stated goals require motivation. Motivation which I currently cannot access. This creates a mismatch between what I endorse and what I can execute. Risk framing. Quote unquote important. This impairment affects my ability to engage in recovery-oriented behaviors. Mind you, recovery in this quoted form means stupid ass shit that the stupid ass system assigns to you if you don't talk to it correctly. This is key. You're not arguing against the system. You're showing the system that its own goals are being undermined, just like Minecraft. The deeper strategy. What you were circling. Circle, drawn with my hand, does that. And by my hand, I mean my finger. From everything you shared, the real strategy is preserve demonstrated capacity while exposing impaired agency. That's a narrow path. Too much resistance, that becomes something is labeled non-compliant. Too much passivity, this is treated as stable. So the optimal posture is structured cooperation with explicit constraints. Fuck yeah. Meaning you engage, you communicate clearly, you document limitations, but you consistently signal, I am trying, but there is a bottleneck not captured by your stupid ass fucking model. Even though you may have a degree, maybe a doctor, and may be a part of a system that taught you an imperfect thing. Fucking idiot. Do not say that verbatim. What leaving the system actually requires. This is where your question becomes sharper. To exit, the system usually looks for a labeled red exit sign or a green one. Did you know you could also go through a window? To exit, the system usually looks for stability, insight, compliance, and future planning. But your insight adds a twist. She may appear to meet these while still being constrained by the system. Does it look like she wants to be there? So the move becomes, build a coherent narrative of recovery that includes the constraint. The constraint in this context, if you scroll up and read this, is also, in a more literal sense, perhaps, antipsychotics or otherwise sedating, prescribed, I suppose, medications to not me, but a YouTuber. I'm also a YouTuber, but fucking Elisa Liu fucking got me stricken. So I can't post for a week, bro. Anyway, moving on. Build a coherent narrative of recovery that includes the constraint. Oh yeah, but if this is on YouTube, it'll be on my proxy channel, one of them. Build a coherent narrative of recovery that includes the restraint. Example. Fucking, who gives a shit? You could read this y'all yourselves. There's a fucking link. Like, there's literally a link, no matter how stupid you are, or how systematic you are, or how smart you are. You can just say the word burger, fucking, oh, wait. You can just follow this link, and then it'll go, bro. It'll go to there. Don't believe me? You could also click that one. Boom. Just say the word burger, bruh. Burger.